Let's talk about Star Wars A New Hope. Novel versus film. Well, mainly the film focuses on certain aspects of the novel, but it doesn't really describe how Luke really is before he joins the Rebel Alliance. Basically, the movie just points out certain factors, such as they do show Obi-Wan, they do show Han Solo, Princess Leia, Tarkin, and a few other characters that are shown in the film, and Chewbacca as well. But the book really focuses on aspects of each character. It defines them even more than the film itself, even though the film does define each character thoroughly. The book does it to a more far better extent than the film does. But I do give credit for the film because it was made a while ago, and for what CGI they had and the budget, which was pretty low for a science fiction film, they did a pretty well job at doing it. And George Lucas did write a really good screenplay for this film, and it turned out to be really excellent. Everything just turned out to be well thought out and well planned, to the point to where, from how they built the characters up and how they set each scene up and how the space battles were excellent, and it's amazing to know that each spaceship was a model. That's amazing. That was before they overused CGI and all that stuff, but the book, the thing I love about the book the most is how they portray Darth Vader. He is dark, and you could feel his presence in the novel. You can feel it in the film as well, but in the novel, he just seems downright evil, and that he just keeps on coming, and he doesn't stop. And that's what makes him terrifying, knowing what he could do, not knowing how he can do something at a certain standpoint, but what he can do outlays the question of how many ways he can do anything or inflict pain on his adversaries. But Darth Vader does have a lot of meaning that they don't even put out in the films mostly. But A New Hope really does do a good job of how he's portrayed from novel to film. But I wish they would do more through the films, like to be able to express more on how and why he is the way he is, and how he can actually be seen as a human or a foe. But we do get that in certain types of films about the Skywalker saga, basically. But it would be nice to have more into Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader, and how he was a cunning warrior and how he came to become this evil being that people have come to know as Darth Vader. But it'd be amazing to just get like an origin film all around. An origin film would be so excellent, and it would just be downright amazing. Like, I love the characters in A New Hope, from Han Solo to Obi-Wan, even Luke Skywalker, even though he kind of is a crybaby, but he reaches the standpoint to where he wants to become a Jedi. Like, he actually cares, that he has feelings, and that there was a time that his father did have feelings. And it does explain that Luke wasn't completely alone like the movie made it out to be. He had like three best friends in the novel. He even had one that they did show in the film, but they only showed him. They didn't show his other friends that he would meet. But it is a movie, and they do edit out certain points of views from the novel to film. But I love it, and it's one of the best films I've ever seen. And the novel, I'm going through it, and I can't stop reading it, and this is just amazing. It's just like an old story that everybody can love and give to their children. Like, it's like a space opera, basically. A space opera that just tells so many stories all into one, that just shows its true beauty within the movie itself. Like, I can really, really invest my time on the other two novels of the original saga because they are so well thought out. They took their time to make these films, unlike them trying to rush each film. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Rogue One, but I do like that feeling of, oh, I have to wait 4 years for another Star Wars film, but I can't wait because I know they're going to take the time to invest in focusing on how they have written and how they made each scene, how they focused on the props, how they focused on everything in general that can make a film what it is. And that's what Star Wars is. It's an epic that can last forever, basically. It's an epic that people love to watch again and again. Like, when I was little, I didn't know what Star Wars was until my father showed me. And it was one of the best films I've ever seen. A New Hope. It really is what the title is. A New Hope. It brings hope that these people that are fighting against the Empire want a chance to be able to be free and get rid of the Empire completely and to bring balance within themselves and the Force including. Like, each person in the story has a challenge they have to face, mainly Luke Skywalker with his father, Darth Vader, who used to be Anakin Skywalker. It really gives that father and son moment with Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker and how he mentions about the Clone Wars and how his father was a cunning warrior and how they were the best of friends until Darth Vader consumed him. He basically told him that Darth Vader murdered and betrayed his father, which was a sort of truth, but that's not until later on, until Luke discovers that his father is actually Darth Vader. But it does point out keys. Why is this man upset with Obi-Wan Kenobi? Why is he challenging him? Why does he strike Obi-Wan Kenobi down? These are questions that are going on in Luke Skywalker's head as he's in the hangar before he enters the Millennium Falcon to escape with Han Solo and Princess Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2. But he learns to become what he wants to become, which is a Jedi Knight, basically. Jedis have been around for many centuries. Like, they're even mentioning the Old Republic, and hopefully we get an Old Republic film. But A New Hope is the main film for Star Wars. It's the one that started it all, and it's the one that's going to continue to show to children that there can be hope. You know, like, Star Wars is a defining novel and a defining film that can bring forth greatness that can bring forth something that is just unbelievable and remarkable. And honestly, I love both the film and the novel equally, and I'm going to continue reading the other two because this is just one of the best novels I've ever read, ever. And Darth Vader is so evil. And that's all I have to say.